Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave, and today I have a confession to make. I'm a hoarder. When it comes to stocks and ETFs, I have way too much stuff in my portfolio. So I buy a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Before you know it, I've got everything. And that's not what I want to do. This is a weakness that I'm working on. I'm trying to trim it up. So getting rid of a lot of stuff so that I can emphasize certain areas of my portfolio and a few key individual stocks and also a few ETFs to complement what I'm doing over here with my individual stocks. So that is my goal. Now in doing so, I started taking a hard look at what I own as well as far as individual stocks. So today I just want to share with you what my top 5 stocks are at this moment in my portfolio by value when I combine everything together. So if that is what you're looking for, please stick around. Whoop. So we're going to start with number 5 and work to number 1 because that makes sense. And my 5th largest holding is probably the biggest surprise to me, but none of them are really a surprise. Every one of these is something that I use every single day or come in contact with every single day. So with number 5, it is DUK, Duke Energy, boring old utility stock. Now I've owned utility stocks for a long time. Duke and AEP are the two that I own. I also own XLU, the Spider Select Sector ETF based on utilities. I have a little bit of that as well. I like utilities. I like the little dividend that they pay. And I didn't realize how well Duke has performed until I started looking at it. But I tend to buy and hold these, and that one's kind of floated to the top. I write a check every single month to Duke Energy for the house that I own down in Florida, and it continues to pump along. So utilities are never a bad play in my opinion. It's not going to be like a star performer all the time, but they hold up pretty darn well because everybody's trying to write that check, right, to pay for that electricity bill. It's pretty important. So number 5 is Duke Energy, DUK. Number 4, I know we're getting really exciting stocks here. Duke Energy, followed up by toothpaste company, Procter & Gamble, right down the street in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm an Ohio guy. So I grew up using Crest toothpaste. I'm a loyal customer. I don't care if they charge $4 or $5. That's called pricing power. I'm going to continue to buy my Crest toothpaste. You're probably the same way, but Procter & Gamble's been around forever. It's been a great performer, continues to grow. I just add shares routinely, and it hasn't disappointed years and years and years. Probably owned it for 25 years, and I will continue to own it. It always looks, if you look at it on the surface, it always looks maybe a little overvalued, but that's fine if it's always a little overvalued because and it's always going to be performing well. So they continue to pump along, doing quite well. Procter & Gamble, number 4. Number 3, and this one is upset because it just missed the number 2 spot by a little bit. Sometimes these two flip-flop. But I've owned this one, again, for about 25 years. It's been in there, and hopefully you've owned it for 25 years because it's been a great performer. I'm just looking at a 10-year chart right now, up 962%, not too shabby, is Microsoft. So MSFT, you've probably heard of them. You're probably working on a computer somewhere right now watching this, and somehow it's there with you, right? Microsoft. You can't really get away from it. Great company. It's been a great performer, and I'm going to continue to own my shares. They aren't going anywhere, and I'll slowly add to this position too as it goes forward. I still believe these have a great, bright future. I don't think they're like done. They're not cooked. It's not over. I'm going to continue to buy Microsoft. It'll be a top holding for me. Number 2, which just edged out Microsoft, and I think they're still upset over there about it, is this stock that I've been actively buying over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And it kind of coincides with me starting a YouTube channel, so maybe that had something to do with it. But it is Goog, or Alphabet if you prefer. But yeah, whether it's YouTube or Google search, they're doing quite well. Now, they haven't had the performance that Microsoft has had over the last 10 years, but they've still had an outstanding return up over 300%. So doing quite well, but I like the future when it comes to Goog. So whether it's YouTube or Google search or AI, if you're a believer in AI, which I am, I think this is going to have a big impact over there. It's kind of being served up a little bit on a platter, right? Because of the search engine that they've got, people are going to be flocking there, going to show them how to do AI. I think that's going to be part of it. So Microsoft's a good play for that, but so is Goog. So that's why I'm holding my shares. I haven't added anything new this year. I'm not actively adding to it at the moment, but I'm going to hold my shares. I'm not letting them go, and I think it's going to pay off for me in the long run as I sit here and I ride out my Goog. All right, and number 1 for me, and it's been this way for a long, long time, is Apple, AAPL. And I know Warren Buffett's out there. He monitors this. He watches this, and he's like, what's he buying? He's like, Apple. And he's like, well, we're adding. Over here at Berkshire Hathaway, we're going to add more. Which reminds me, I need to buy some Berkshire Hathaway. No, I'm cleaning up, darn it. We're cleaning up. All right, back to Apple. Apple, last 10 years, up over 1,170%. Outstanding stock. No matter who you are, if you're in the stock market, Apple's touched you in some way, I'm sure, and you've benefited from it, unless you're shorting it all the time. But it's just done great, right? And again, this is one that I've held for 25 years, and it hasn't disappointed. If anything, I'm selling some at certain points just to keep my portfolio balanced. So I'll sell that, and I'll buy something else that probably has Apple in it. Who knows? But anyway, product that I come in touch with every single day. Great stock. I'm going to continue to own it. It's probably going to continue to be number one because, like a poop that floats, it goes to the top. It's always there at the top. So Apple. So let's review. I got Duke, utilities. I got Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, Google, and Apple. What are your top 5? I'd love to hear what they are. Or what your favorite stocks are right now. Are they these big monsters like I've got, or are they something new and fancy that you've come up with? Put it down in the comments. Let me know. Either way, I want to know. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know your list. We'll see you real soon. Take care. Whoop.